Hi, my name is Jamaica and I have been doing YouTube since I was 11 years old, and I'm kinda like you actually. I struggled a lot with YouTube, not knowing why that video that I spent a lot of hours and days working on doesn't get as much views as I thought it was going to get. So for the past 2 years I have been actively studying the YouTube algorithm and the psychology behind making YouTube videos, and in this course I will tell you how to go viral on YouTube. 24 months ago, I had an idea for a video. An idea that I actually thought was going to go viral. It basically checked all the boxes for me. So, I decided to spend the entire week working on that video. And it was amazing. I would be so excited jumping off of my chair because I couldn't wait to share it with my audience. And I finally finished it. I uploaded it, then I hit publish. And I kept refreshing the page. I just kept refreshing. I knew that those numbers were much lower than my normal average, and there were pretty much no positive comments, even though it was basically the best that I can offer. It was heartbreaking. I kept asking myself questions like, why didn't they like it? Why are the views so low? Maybe YouTube is just biased to big YouTubers. Maybe YouTube is just oversaturated. Maybe I was never meant to be a YouTuber. Maybe I'm just boring. Maybe it's me. Just me. I told you that story so that you can feel emotionally connected to me. You feel like you know me on a personal level. You might have even remembered a situation where you had the same issue and felt the same way. You are hooked to watch this course, and this was one of the 4 aspects that we will be getting into in this course. I can tell you one thing, I wish I had this course when I was younger. It would have helped a lot. It would have prevented a lot of mistakes for me. This course is basically going to rewire your brain. YouTube analytics are great. You know, you can do a lot with YouTube analytics, but they can only get you so far if you don't know the actual psychology behind actually understanding YouTube. And after this course, you will know how to come up with viral YouTube ideas. You will find out why some of your old videos didn't get as much views as you thought they were going to get. Everything about YouTube will make sense after this course. This course is going to make something click for you. So, enjoy, have fun, and I will see you in the next lesson. This course's class project is pretty simple and straightforward. First of all, in the resources tab, you will find a PDF file containing questions about every lesson in this course. And you will also find a summary about every lesson in this course for you to recap on the thoughts we discussed. And you will find a 10-page very helpful YouTube guide that I spent a lot of hours working on. Is going to be really helpful for your YouTube channel.
And also in the storytelling lesson, you will find a project in which you need to write a short story that evokes an emotion in the reader. And I will tell you further details on how to do that in the storytelling lesson.
I will stay in touch. I will reply to all your questions. So make sure you leave me some. And I will see you in the next lesson. A few days ago, my mom woke me up at 6 AM to get them a cake. Yeah, I know. Why, when, how. We have a cake sing situation. So I tie my shoes, I go out, and an hour later I reach the place where I thought the cake shop was, and behold, there are 3 cake shops next door to each other. I didn't know which one was the shop my mom recommended to me, so it was up to me to pick. The first and second shop looked great. They were kinda nice, eye-grabbing, simple, kinda authentic in some way. But the third store, I can't tell you how horrible it looked. It had trash stacked in front of it. The owner clearly didn't care about his store being eye-grabbing. So I decided to go with the first shop. The cake looked quite nice. But after I come home, turns out the third shop actually served the best cake. The one that looked really bad. How will I know? How will I know? How will I know it was worthwhile? The owner of the shop clearly didn't care about marketing his shop. Whenever one of my friends ask me why they aren't getting the praise that they should deserve, I mean, they are extremely talented, but I tell them that one thing, being good at something is 10% of the job, the leftover 90% is marketing. And this applies to any creative skills you might have. Like for example, 3,692,000 videos are posted on YouTube every single day. That doesn't mean that the market is oversaturated. It just means that you need to put in the effort on wrapping your gift. It might not seem like that big of a deal. I mean, what's inside the gift is more important, right? But the person you are giving this gift ain't getting just 3 gifts. He is getting flooded with gifts just by clicking on the YouTube icon on his phone. So, your gift needs to stand out for him to consider even to open it. Packaging your video consists of 3 main aspects. The title of your video, the thumbnail of your video, and most importantly, the idea of your video. I will go in further depth about thumbnail making in another course, so you can keep an eye out for that. But I will give you 4 tips I learned it the hard way that will help you out in this aspect of video making. Plan the thumbnail before planning the video. If you settle down on an idea, I would think about potential title and thumbnail combos before starting planning the video. This can easily separate a viral YouTube video from a below average performing video on YouTube. So make sure to come up with different concepts, different thumbnails, different titles. Just sketch them on your phone so you have an exact idea of what shot to get. Concept is more important than execution. Let's say you have a great video idea. I would rather you have a viral thumbnail concept executed on the default Paint to Windows app rather than not that intriguing thumbnail concept executed on Photoshop. So don't worry that much about the execution. Don't spend that much time perfecting one thumbnail concept. I would spend that time coming up with more thumbnail concepts. The trust factor. Clickbait is bad. Clickbait is really bad. You can't get away from clickbait. Even if it was just a white lie, it will catch up to you eventually. It's in the numbers. I know. But the trust factor for me is not making your thumbnail look fishy.
You know that he can't stop rocket ship with his hands. This video is obviously a waste of your time.
But even if he does, how will I know? I would rather you having a selfie from the video as a thumbnail than an obviously edited one. A question. Make sure your idea, title, thumbnail combo makes the viewer ask a question. What happens in the end? How can they possibly do that? I always wondered what will happen if I did that. How is this even a thing? Questions. If you make them ask a question, they will click on the video. But if for your idea you can't come up with an obvious question for them to ask, just scrap that video idea, save time, come up with 100 more ideas, and you might find your viral video between them. And I will see you in the next lesson. I was scrolling on TikTok yesterday, wasting my time as usual, and I found that really funny TikTok. I mean like top tier funny content on TikTok. So I went to show it to my mom, but she was like, and she didn't get it at all. She scrolled through, and the next TikTok video is just a normal cat video. I mean it was funny, but it wasn't that funny as the one I showed her. But she laughed at the cat video. She understood it. It wasn't the funniest TikTok, but she understood it. A few days back, I was watching a YouTube vlog from a creator I wasn't familiar with. Then I heard them talk about some inside joke, and they were hysterically laughing, but I was confused. I didn't know what it means. This kind of situation in a YouTube video causes confusion. Where am I? Didn't I have an assignment to finish? How long have I been here? What did the joke mean? Let me check the comments. No one seems to be talking about it. That's weird. I don't understand. Now you're stuck in this situation. I am? Shut up. This situation happens a lot with every single YouTube video. It's like when you're watching a movie. While watching it, you just can't go and finish your work. I don't blame you. The movie is extremely hooking. But a few seconds after you build up the courage to pause that movie, it just becomes so much easier for you to click away. So much easier. Confusion or mood disturbance is a channel wrecker. It happens a lot. In fact, it's inevitable. Whatever I'm going to tell you won't make you 100% avoid it. This situation is what makes it interests. Not just one interest. This situation is what makes different videos, different genres, different niches, different senses of humor. What this course will help you do is that you will be able to see it in your videos wide and clear. You basically won't be able to unnotice it. It's like those mirror camera scenes in movies. Where is the camera? Or is it just me that can't unnotice them? Make sure your intro is 10 to 30 seconds long, explaining everything that is going to happen in the video. Don't assume it's just common knowledge or that the title already explains the idea of the video. Don't see yourself in the camera, see your grandchildren and grandparents. When you talk to the camera, the first few times you will feel awkward, but eventually you will forget that you are talking to some plastic and sensors. You will feel like you're talking to yourself, and that's a hole you don't want to fall into. I mean, it will make everything more fun, everything much easier. You will feel comfort. But this course is about how to go viral. So you should think of the camera as a 5-year-old and a 60-year-old. Yes, they might not be your target audience, but setting those boundaries will help you make everything simpler, cleaner, clearer. Your words more broadly appealing and your story more broadly relatable. Your personality is a big yes, but inside jokes are a big no. Personality is important. It lets you build your brand. It makes you more relatable. It makes the audience share your journey with you as they were actually living it. But inside jokes or keeping things vague because of course they know what X means. It's common knowledge. All of that is going to cause confusion, so don't. Rewatch your video after edit. This might be the best solution to the broad delivery aspect of making a video. Basically, Do everything the same exact way you always do it. But after the video is finished, watch it as you were a complete 60-year-old man that just had internet yesterday connected to his house. What points in the video are going to be extremely confusing for him? Remove them or learn from them in the next videos. Try to add some voice over explaining them. Eventually, video by video, broad delivery is going to be an aspect that is deeply programmed in your brain. You basically won't be able to unnotice it. You wouldn't need to worry about it anymore. And I will see you in the next lesson. Storytelling. What is storytelling? Why is it important? And you might be even wondering, how can I include storytelling in my style of making content on YouTube? Let's say you're making a product review. By simply including a short story about how this product is going to solve you a problem you have been having for a long time, or how the past version of that product used to annoy you so much, you will hook the viewer. He might have had the same annoying problems that you had. He will relate to you. Relatability is important. It won't just be a video that he is watching. It will be a video that he is living with you. Well, let's say you are making a vlog, going to a certain beach. A good enough vlog would be just reviewing the beach, the places, the prices, the location. He will just be there for the imagery of the video. But a viral vlog is a vlog that has a story. How quarantine has been really tough for you the past few months. You lost your job, you felt depressed some way, somehow. And this trip, this one trip, is going to get you through it. There is going to be an emotional reason for him to watch. And it is the biggest of them all. Because if you got emotionally connected or felt any sort of relatability, he won't be there just watching you review a product. He will be right there with you, reviewing that product. He will lose sense of time watching that video. And if that's not an indication of a good video, I don't know what it is. Now, how to do storytelling in your videos. This is a very complicated matter. Writing this lesson outlinks the entire course. So, in the future, I will make a separate course entirely framed about storytelling. Storytelling is a skill that is hard to perfect. It's a skill that I am personally working on. But for this class, I will give you the basics about storytelling, which should get you started. How to formulate a story. A story consists of 3 acts. The first act is the introduction act. Who is the main character of your story? What does he like? How is the people around him? Where does he live? For YouTube, I mostly like to replace that act with a simple introduction, what is going to happen in the video. Then a short, emotional, personally connected story. A story that you might relate to. About an obstacle that you try to overcome, overcame, want to overcome. The second act is the journey of your video. The obstacles you might face, how you are going to get through them. The third act is the payoff of the video. This is what is going to make the hassle worth it. By giving the viewer a huge payoff, inspired, happy, extremely entertained, sad. This is what's going to personally hook him to become a dedicated viewer for your channel and help you out throughout the way. Quick emotional stories and long worthwhile stories. Going back to the product review example, a short story is basically the struggle you used to have with the previous version of the product. A short story, 30-second story will do enough. Long worthwhile stories on the other end is basically the vlog about the beach. The struggle you used to have in the quarantine. Typically, a long story has a well-defined goal, a well-established risks, and it has to matter you on a personal level. I mentioned a lot of personal experiences in this course, some for simplification purposes and some for you to feel emotionally connected to me. So I want you to do the same. In the project section underneath the course, post a short story. A short story that evokes an emotion in the reader. Maybe a story about the struggle you had with YouTube. A story that makes other YouTubers that scroll through the project section relate to you on a personal level. And I will see you in the next lesson. 30 months ago, I used to do gaming videos about a game you might know called Fortnite. My videos were entertainment based and I made sure they were as funny as they get. So I stumbled upon this game. It was extremely entertaining. It was basically a gold mine for me. I made the video, I pressed publish, and it did below average views. But the comments were extremely positive. The like to view ratio was like 1/3. The clicks it got was basically my die-hard fans clicking on whatever I post. But the rest of them wasn't familiar with the game. They didn't clearly know what was the video about. Some of them gave the video a chance, but a huge chunk of them didn't. Even though it was a worthwhile video, but it wasn't broadly appealing. Let's say you're a gaming YouTuber and you made an extremely entertaining video about an extremely niche down game. No, let's go further. Extremely entertaining video about level 37's boss in an extremely niche down Xbox One game. it will obviously get no views compared to Minecraft. Minecraft is kind of the most popular game right now. So whatever content you make, there is a 3-step process you can go through to make your content more broadly appealing. A way you can do that is by laying down all the topics you might be interested in, then comparing the reach of the biggest YouTubers in each topic. Then you can pick the topic with the biggest reach and become the best version of yourself presenting that topic. Another way you can do that more efficiently is by using Google Trends. Just Google Trends and it's the first link that shows up. Compare different topics. Let's say Minecraft and PUBG. You might find your answer there. This course is about going viral, so you need to jump on the most popular thing right now, even though you rather do something else. Niche out. Niching down is for stability, niching out is for virality. Let's say you're making programming based content. Making a video titled I made a Python game in 48 hours will obviously get more views than a video titled Python template code for classification with course validation 20 models. The first one might not benefit the viewer as much as the second one, but the first one will get way more impressions. Casual Python users will click on it. Hardcore Python users will click on it, even non-programmers will click on it. So look at your idea and ask yourself, is there any way I can make it more broadly appealing? Is there any way for me to target a bigger chunk of an audience with this idea? Present the title and thumbnail in extreme simplicity. I saw this title and thumbnail posted in a Discord community a few days ago. It's a good idea. It's actually a really great idea. But looking at the title and thumbnail just to make you ask the wrong questions. Like, what does non-WCA mean? You might be familiar with it, but I don't know what it means. Your thumbnail and title must be like home for the viewer. He knows what to expect. It could be titled, Ranking the World's Hardest Rubik's Cubes Ever. It will get way more impressions. And I will see you in the next lesson. Your next steps are the following 3. The file in the resources tab answers the questions inside of it. I included a summary of every lesson in this course. You will find also a 10-page helpful guide on YouTube that I personally wrote. Go back to your older videos. Try to come up with factual reasons why they didn't get as much views as you expected them to get. You will easily be able to explain why each one and every single one of them didn't get as much views as you thought they were going to get. Start a new note right now. Try to come up with 10 viral YouTube video ideas. Everything will be so much easier. You will notice a clear difference on how your brain is going to structure the ideas, the titles, the thumbnails, the thumbnail concepts. You will easily be able to look at them and distinguish the viral YouTube idea. This was my first ever course. I'm sorry if my English was bad. I have many more course ideas about YouTube that I want to make, but I need your support. So make sure you leave a follow so that you get notified when I publish a new course. And make sure you leave a rating if you found this course helpful. And I can't wait to see what you are going to work on next. Let me know in the project discussions area, and I will see you soon in the next course.